Okay, this is going to be a deep one and also a bit of a controversial one. I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but I think you might need to hear this. Because what I'm going to talk about today is kind of counterintuitive if you're a spiritual being that is seeking enlightenment, that is seeking love and light, and that wants to fundamentally feel better on their healing journey. I'm going to trigger you today. And I think that's a good thing. And I think you should stick around for that trigger and see what gold you can find within the shadows that we are digging deep in this video today. I'm going to talk about the power of negative thinking and why that is more powerful than positive thinking. And negative thinking doesn't have to be a negative thing in of itself, but can be very productive, especially when it comes to our healing journey and becoming whole. You see, positive creates a shadow of the negative. The more we focus on love and light, the more we focus on compassion, having our heart open, we create a shadow of everything that this is not. And we fundamentally exclude that from our awareness because we cannot stand the fact that we have negative thoughts, that we sometimes even want to rip off people's heads, that we sometimes just want to scream at people, we want to be angry. And we deem that not spiritual, not enlightened, not healed enough for us to be in touch with that. But here's the thing. You have hate within you. You have aggression within you. You have a big fuck you within you. And the more you disable your ability to allow that in, the more will that outward expression become an inward expression. So you can say every hate that you're not allowed within yourself to go outwards, the hate will go inwards. And by that, I don't mean you should run around in your relationships and on the streets and variously insult people. It means allowing the impulse to hate, to be angry, to say, fuck you. Because if you don't do that, then you will repress that. But the parts that are carrying that hate, and that hate maybe is a burden that they've been carrying since decades, doesn't get seen. That means the part will not wreak havoc on the outside, it will wreak havoc on the inside. It will be suppressed into the shadow where it cannot be seen. And here's a quote, and here's a principle that will help you a bit more to understand what I'm talking about here. So, when Michelangelo, which was an artist that was painting a lot and also building amazing statues, was asked how he was creating the statue of David, he said something that is really profound and that will, if you ponder on it, will make a lot of sense and elevate your healing journey. He said, I remove everything from the block of marble that is not David. So he said that if he looks at a block of marble, that when he sees that, there's already a statue in it. There's already a piece of art in it. And his job is to carve out everything, to remove everything that this piece of art is not. And this is the power of negative thinking. So you're not only talking about what you want to manifest, what you want to attract in your life, but you have an honest look at yourself, at what you want to get rid of what you want to meet. Because most of the times you can think of your emotional world, you can think about the way you go through life as a river. And what we're doing here is not removing the negative emotions. We're seeing these negative emotions, this hatred, this anger, and whatever, we're seeing it as a river. And then at some point, especially if you're spiritual, there comes a block. And that block that you feel here, this is the stress. This is the inner conflict, not the emotion itself. It's the blockage, the resistance you have towards that emotion. So what we're doing here is we are removing the block, just as Michelangelo is removing a piece of marble from that statue, and we're letting the emotion flow. The emotion has an autonomous quality to it. The emotion that you feel kind of does its own thing. You cannot control whether an emotion is coming up or not, but you can decide whether you want to meet that emotion and how you want to meet it. There's a choice in that. And what do you want to remove? You want to remove everything that is not yourself. And what is everything that is not yourself? It's all the stuff that you learned in childhood. It's all the stuff that you've been told is too much. When you were angry, there's a big chance, especially if you're spiritual and you're on your healing path, that this anger was met with some form of rejection, was met with some form of this emotion is not welcome here, and you maybe even got punished, sent to your room and whatnot. There was a blockage that was created. Your inner child, your brain learned, when anger comes up, I have to suppress it. I cannot be authentic here. So the anger gets pushed away, pushed away, pushed away, until it's reached its shadow. But the thing is, this suppression here is not helping you in any way. This mechanism here is what's causing stress, because you know what? This wave here that is coming is moving with a good deal of force and tension. And it's costs a lot of energy to keep that emotion at bay and to keep that emotion from coming up. And this energy that is expelled in the service of repression is what we call stress. So you can ask yourself who you would be if you'd allowed your emotions to surface and to find a healthy expression. And most of the times, the thoughts that we deem negative are the thoughts that are most healthy to us. I believe you don't need more love and light. I don't think you need more connection with God, or you need to do more affirmations, more law of attraction work, or whatever you do, to meditate more, to become more calm. Maybe what you need is to take a pillow and scream into it, to punch it, and to live out all these things that are alive within you, but are deadened by the impulse of repression. The power of negative thinking means two things: removing the blocks, removing everything that is not you. And in that way, you're becoming more yourself, because what is left if you remove everything that is not you? All the things that are helping you repress that which is not welcome. It's you. It's your authentic self. And the second thing is that what you deem negative is actually powerful, because it's connected to your truth. If you're only love and light, and if you're only transcending, you're losing touch with your body. You're hovering above your body in a semi-spiritualized state that is deeply rejecting the lower impulses of your body, that anger, that aggression, that moving outwards, that readiness also to have conflict, for example. All of these things are no longer welcome. And you need to allow the negativity in for you to become whole. And the key here is not to run around and insult people, but to allow that impulse to come up, that thought to come up, that you want to kill someone, for example, that you have an aggressive thought towards someone, that you have an impulse to punch something. Allow that in. And use your spiritual compassion, use the self-compassion that you've developed on your healing journey to include that into the room of self-love, the room of acceptance. Have a dialogue with that part. Understand why it's gotten angry in the first place. Maybe that part, that anger, wanted to carve out something in the past that it didn't like. Maybe just like Michelangelo removed blocks from David, this part wanted to remove a toxic behavior that it's been confronted with in the past. It wanted to remove the punishment of the parents, the bullying in the childhood, and just get rid of it. But it couldn't allow, because the threat of rejection was so big. You need to allow yourself to be vulnerable. And to be vulnerable doesn't just mean crying and being compassionate and all of these things, opening your heart. It means also opening the lower parts of your body, the lower chakras, if you will, and express that. The degree to which you can allow truth to be present within you is the degree to which you truly heal. And in that path of healing, that allowing everything to be, love, to have love towards everything that you're encountering within you and without, this is the true depth that you can reach on your spiritual journey. You don't need more love and light. You need your roots to grow down into hell so you can grow up to the sky. There's limits to love and light, because these limits are formed by the barriers you create around that within you which you cannot accept. The more you can allow within you, the more limitless, the more expanding, the more conscious you become, the more aware you become, and the more you can utilize these emotions, these energies, and mobilize them in a direction that is serving you. If you found this video helpful, I would love to engage with you in the comment section and have a discussion about this topic. Let me know how it resonated, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.